If there's one thing that people would take away after an interaction with myself as a financial advisor or a mentor at the school, it's really about things aren't that complicated. They just have to be distilled down and simplified to make good decisions. People get a bit caught up because there's so much to learn or so much to know. It seems complex, but when you actually know a few things, you get a bit of knowledge, you can actually break it down, and they're really simple decisions. That's probably the one thing that I feel is the strength of meeting with me, talking things through. That would be the biggest takeaway, I think.
Why is it important that schools do something in this space? The reality is, school is the last point of a person's life where they're going to have a formal opportunity to do it. Because as soon as they leave year 12, kids go, some travel, some go to uni, some are in uni for 6 months and drop out and change, some go to TAFE, some are working at the local bakery, some are doing an apprenticeship. They spread to the four winds. They're going to have to wing it like everyone else has had in society. Unfortunately, schools is the last clear opportunity for kids to be exposed to this. And I believe schools do want to help. It's just helping them to find a way to do it.
Looking forward for us as a school, as we are still very much in those infantile days around our new pedagogies for deep learning. Establishing the 6 C's as being really credible identifiers in the classroom, both for teacher reflection and feedback, but for our students, because our students also are part of the journey about identifying where they are on those growth rubrics. And I think the more we look into how important our business partners are, our people beyond the school gates are is supporting the development of those 6 C's. It can only continue to be enriched by people like Clinton and Ken coming into the school, looking for opportunities where students are learning and being engaged by what is happening in the real world, because that's where they're learning to develop around those 6 C's, around that collaboration, around the communication, the creativity, the critical thinking, and like I keep coming back to that character, because when they're seeing what it means to be successful outside in the real world, and we talk about the real world because that's when you're employable, they're getting that when they see our business partners coming in and working with them in the school environment.
Our young people today are exposed like never before to all that is bad about some financial aspects of decision making. Now on the flip, there's a lot of good that comes through all of that choice and opportunity. But you can't filter the good from the bad without some education. My goal for the company, the Wealth Academy, is to give every school across Australia an opportunity to say no to using my resources. That implies that I would like teenagers across every secondary school to have some exposure to financial life skills, to how that relates to the jobs that they're going to have in the future, how it's going to relate to their family circumstances. If there's no other outcome than that, that would be a brilliant outcome. If I can provide an opportunity for secondary schools initially to have a look at my library of resources, which includes resources for mums and dads and carers, teachers, students, all helping in this space. I think there'll be a lot of good that comes out of that for individuals, families, and I actually think there'll be a good outcome for economies, because we'll have less people in debt that wasn't planned. Good decision making, thinking, has to underpin all of that. And that's what I'm about. I want kids to make good financial decisions and to think. And if they think, they've got a better chance of making a good financial decision down the track.